I love it. I love India.
KSYM, San Antonio College Radio. This is the Urban Suite D Major Cheryl Metal, Stylust, Legacy City,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
studio.
What's happening?
Um, Before we let y'all go, first, let me get your social so people can find out where to find you.
Most definitely. So on TikTok, it's Stylust, Stylust, the number one. On Facebook, it's my first name, Jeffrey, Geoffrey. Last name, Bruno, Bruno. Um, Instagram is Stylust, Stylust.
And your social.
Uh, CEO underscore legacy underscore city on Instagram. Cedric Bellamy on Facebook. That's all I got. StreetLegendNationRadio@gmail.com.
And before we get into this last track, which is a great track,
Appreciate
you got something
that.
to address?
Oh, I might as well, right? So let me teach y'all something real quick, right? I know everybody always asks about plaques. They ask about plaques. They ask about numbers. They ask about, the way you go about asking, is very backhanded. But let me just put it out there. So the first thing, before we can get to the plaques, let's talk about the money. Let's talk about money first, right? So it's one thing to reach a million. It's another thing to do a million. It's one thing to reach a billion, and it's another thing to do a billion. How you have a billion streams and not $3 to $4 million?
Right.
Because you get paid every quarter. So if you've been constantly working towards a billion streams and you over time have made $3 to $4 million because you got paid by that quarter, what you did that quarter to accumulate $3 to $4 million. That's not gonna give you $3 to $4 million right then. If you reach a million, and I'm talking out of experience, so I'm not, digging into this, but let me answer the question. So if you reach a million, that means you got a million over time. You didn't got paid whatever you got paid during those quarters before you hit a million, right? So with that also, when you're talking about streaming and hitting a million, you gotta understand it's a lot of loopholes as well. Free listeners pay like 0.0001. You know what I'm saying? Premium play a little bit more. Then you got family free listeners. Then you got family premium listeners. Then you got every other playlist that is either premium or free listeners to reach, right? So you gotta keep that in mind as well when you're doing that. So if you reach a million, whatever you made in those quarters, just go back and check your finances if your paperwork's right, because it's there. And you got to check with your agger. Agger is another word for distributors, which is the proper name for them. CD Baby, TuneCore, Catapult Distribution, etc. Now, if you do a million, you know what I'm saying, that's when your money come in. You see what you did for that quarter.
Right.
So if you do a 1,000,000.1, something like Let Me Vent 3 or Motivate Yourself, you doing those numbers right then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how your check come that quarter. So just because you do that million that quarter and don't do nothing else the following 3 quarters, you're not getting paid. Now, the plaques. How the plaques work, you go to Jewel House Platinum because there's only 4 companies in the United States that is licensed to issue RIA plaque. Only 4 companies can issue a RIA plaque, right? So with that being said, you gotta go through this company, send up your links, and they're gonna comb through your whole catalog. They're gonna comb through your whole catalog and validate each and every one of your streams before they even offer you to pay for your plaque. So that's how the plaques come about. It's not nothing personal that you go made on the side. It comes with the sticker, the license, and showing you what it is right there.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to go through one of those 4 companies. Me personally, I use Jewel Box Platinum because that's the main one that they use. They take longer, but also they're the number 1 licensed company from the RIAA.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So now me personally, the standard is so high for my company that we don't do nothing less than $1 million before you get your plaque.
Mm.
But however, if you do 100 streams, 100,000 streams, 200 streams, 200,000 streams, guess what you can do? You can go to Jewel House Platinum and order your plaque, and they'll solidify whatever number you got on your page to send you your RIA under licensed under RIAA plaque.
I'm ordering my plaque.
You know what I'm saying? So we just talking streaming sites.
Yeah.
Right? We just talking streams, how that works.
Just streaming.
Just streaming.
That got the sales.
We ain't even got. I ain't even talk about the sales.
Nah.
Well,
So what y'all don't know, for those that don't know how marketing works with iTunes or how iTunes get on the plaque, their label put it in your budget. They already cut iTunes a track. So when excuse me, when an artist drop, they can be on number one for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks at a time. You know what I'm saying? Because they got the money that constantly funding in. But the thing about iTunes, you have to get your song bought with a certain amount of units in 24 hours to even register on their charts.
wow.
Hear what I said. With iTunes, you have to get your song bought in a certain amount of time to get it even on iTunes. Now, why is pre-sales important? Because let's just say we do $10 an album, $100. I mean, $10 an album, 100 people.
Yeah.
Right? So when that pre-sale comes out, when your album finally goes live, that pre-sale hits that within that 24 hours and you chart.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Immediately.
That's a fantastic strategy.
So that's why I tell people, make sure you understand. I tell all the artists, when your album come out, you need to have your album online 3 weeks prior, before your album comes out. So that's in all the stores, and you can do your pre-sales.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's from
Set yourself up
that's
for
from
success.
that's from Amazon, this and that. So now you are moving units.
Yeah.
So for a while, I hear how people feel about plaques, about this. Okay, I took a year off of Spotify, and I went on a whole year of just iTunes to show that my stuff is being bought, and the plaques are coming from the RIA. And I'm not defending myself or saying, because I don't got nothing to prove to nobody, because I know for a fact nobody was doing what I was doing in this city before I got to this city.
Exactly.
We appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
And man.
But I mean, that's that. So
Yeah.
in a nutshell, that's how that works. And the same thing, real quick. Now, I know we got to go. The same thing with the sales.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's a little more stricter with the sales. So they're gonna get your iTunes stuff. You're gonna take pictures or screenshots or forms to show that you was on the charts, what country, when, where, however, whatever. What part you had to do with the album, and you send it up to the same people.
Yeah.
And those same people contact iTunes. They contact the RIAA. Then they hit you back like, yes, your album has been validated, the sales are validated, the units are validated. Here's how much your plaque gonna cost. Take it or leave it.
Wow.
Boom.
There you go. Man.
And you can do that without no streams.
Legacy City, everybody.
That's all. What do I know? I'm just country.
Follow him on social media. Just do it.
Do it. Hey, y'all, we're going to get into this track, Styllust featuring Legacy City with Super Bad.
Which was number 15 on the iTunes charts.
Stay tuned.
Boom.
We got more coming up. Do not go anywhere. The third hour of the Urban Suite is coming up next.